Good evening. Welcome. My name is Kenneth Powell, and I am here this evening, and it is my privilege as the principal of Beach High School to welcome everyone to the 40th commencement and ceremony to honor the young adults who make up the class of 2020. And a special welcome to those of you who are able to join us online. At this time, we want to take a moment of silence, and there's two families that I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks that would give anything to be sitting in the main sanctuary with the parents, the Castor John and the Reynolds, two young men who were a part of this class as 8th graders and sophomores who are not with us this evening. So at this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence. Thank you. To begin the ceremony, I have Reagan Boone here, so would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Where's the flag? All right, I'm going to wait. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reagan. To begin this evening, there's some people that I need to thank. First off, I want to thank Pastor Robbie Galati and his staff here at Long Hollow for allowing us to have this ceremony, and not only just this ceremony this year, but for their support throughout the years here at the Shackle Island community and their support at Beach High School, especially to the technical staff and crew that they have working tonight that has enabled everyone that's at home viewing this ceremony. I'd also like to thank Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips, our Sumner County Schools Director, he has supported us through this lengthy stay at home. He's provided us with opportunities to learn, and he's provided us with resources to make all this possible. So once again, I'd like to thank him. Tonight's a special night. There are a lot of folks that have celebrated with you students along the way. At this time, I'd like to honor those folks. And I know it's distance, but we should be used to distance by now. So parents, wherever you are, whether you're in the main sanctuary or you're at home viewing, I'd like for you to stand. Grandparents and great-grandparents, guardians, if you are viewing at home or if you are in the main sanctuary, I'd like for you to stand and allow this class the opportunity to show their appreciation for all the things you've done for them to help them get to this point. Class, show some appreciation. Thank you, guys. You can be seated, whether at home or in the main sanctuary. This evening is also special for a lot of folks in education. From preschool to high school, there are teachers watching, maybe in the sanctuary, maybe at home, that had a part of this in you guys. So we'd like to say thank you to them. There's a special group sitting to my left that I'd like to thank, the assistant principals, Mr. Kinman, Dr. Green, Dr. McDowell, and Mr. Shepard. The work they do and the hours they put in is relentless, and the love they have for this class is unmatched. It goes to show with our counselors who are in the room here, Miss Butler, Ms. Dupree, Ms. Croft, and Ms. Hood. I appreciate all the work they put in and what they've done for this class throughout this whole stay. At this time, I want to stop talking and I want to introduce the a cappella choir, and let's get this commencement underway. So will the a cappella choir please come to the stadium? Thank you, folks. At this time, I'd like to bring onto the stage our 2020 Beach High School salutatorian, Bobby Edward Winfrey, the son of Robert and Paula Winfrey. Bobby, would you come address the crowd?
When I was first told I was going to have to give a speech, I figured I'd probably have to have it screened by Mr. Powell. However, I'm sure he and everyone else here realized the ease of making and memorizing a second speech to give instead. Or, strangely enough, they don't check up the sleeves for cheat sheets. Firstly, I'll get the formalities out of the way. I'd like to thank all the school staff, from the school administrators who helped to keep the school running, to the teachers who taught us, to the janitors who kept the school clean. All of them doing their job despite some of my classmates' best apparent efforts. I'd also like to thank the parents and guardians for everything they've done the past 18 years. I'd also like to thank the few people I truly consider friends for making the past 3 years bearable and even enjoyable. You see, if you don't know me, I don't really talk much. In fact, this is quite possibly the first time many of my classmates have heard me speak more than a few words. And I've only really talked to a handful of them, and as a result, I can't give memories about great memories I have with them. So that led to the problem I had when writing this speech. I had to walk the tightrope between the truth, because it's not always pretty, and what when it get the live stream cut off. You see, I'm a rather cynical person, so this was the most difficult part of my 4 years. One that I was hoping I'd be able to avoid with 10 credits of music. We all see how well that one worked out. And this is what I ended up coming up with. Everyone in this class has something they are good at. For example, me, I've got a good memory, but for more obvious reasons, not very good at running. Some people in this class are good at math or English, others music or athletics. But the trait I've seen most among my peers is being good with people. Some people in this class are great at making friends, others great at getting out of trouble. And every one of these abilities is equally as valuable in situations that hopefully never arise. And as a result of our different traits, we all are going our own paths. Some of us will be going to 2 or 4 year universities. Some of us will be going to technical schools. And others will be going directly into the workforce. All of these options equally as valid as the last. And to finish this off, I want to implore you, not just the students here, but every living, breathing person hearing this. Try being kind to others and judge people based off their actions and how they treat others. Don't judge people based off of race, age, sex, or any other ill-conceived possibility you can come up with. There's good and bad in everything and everyone. To say that something is all good or all bad goes against all logical thinking. Just try to be kind to everyone, and if you can't, sometimes it's better to do nothing at all.
Thank you, Bobby. At this time, I'd like to bring Heaven Howard and Amber Trotman to the stage to perform a song written by Amber and her parents, Gerald and Melanie Trotman. It's Look Beyond.
So many memories we made throughout the years. Looking back on them, may fill our eyes with tears. Joyful moments we don't want to fade away. But Some will go and some will stay. We have come so far, time by so fast. Learning who we are on this journey, on this path. Who knows what's to come, where our lives will lead to next. There is so much more ahead. It's time for us to look beyond. See the possibility of what's to come. We can't let go until on. The past has shaken us, but a new day has dawned. So look beyond. So look beyond. Turn the corner and I know what's there. Stir up silence, but also bring up fear. How we face it is a choice we have to make. Let's stay strong every day. It's time for us to look beyond. See the possibility of what's to come. We can't let go until the past has shaken us, but a new day has dawned. So look beyond. If it's rainbow, the rainbow. If it's dark, the dark. Battles will come, push through, and it will dawn. It's time for us to look beyond. See the possibility of what's to come. We can't let go until we're on. The past has shaken us, but a new day has dawned. So look beyond. So look beyond.
Thank you, ladies. At this time, I'd like to ask the valedictorian class of 2020 to come to the stage to deliver a speech to you guys. Charlotte and Elise Lawson, Sue's daughter, Kevin and Heather Lawson. Charlotte.
My name is Charlotte, and I just want to start off by saying I'm so happy that we're all here together. I want to thank the parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings, and other family members for your continuous support of your students. I want to sincerely thank the Beach faculty and staff for working extremely hard to help guide us to where we are today. I want to especially thank them for putting together an actual graduation for us. It means so much. I'm sure that none of us expected to be at graduation with our families in a different building than us for part of the time. We're all looking forward to our graduation day, where all of our friends and family members could gather together in one big room in celebration of our accomplishments. Our graduation day that we were literally counting down the days to in excitement. Then the date got pushed back, and the format changed a little bit. Then the things that we expected and always considered so normal and sure, they shifted. Today I want to talk to you about persistence. This past year, during my college search process, I fell head over heels in love with this incredible school. I felt so deeply in my heart that that was the place I was meant to go to college. After 5 months of waiting, decision day came, and I did not get in. All of my hard work, all of the hours I put into letters, essays, and interviews seemed like a complete waste. That day I had a huge change happen. A big shift happened in my life that I was not quite ready for and was not quite willing to accept. At first, it was so easy for me to say, I failed, if somebody didn't want me, I wasn't enough. It was easy to let that negativity take control. But what I've learned since that day, when I felt pretty lost, is that the shifts and the pivots that happen in our lives are just situations for us to learn and grow from. I've been listening to this incredible podcast recently called Often Ambitious, and I heard these words that I believe are so important. It said, what does being courageous even mean? It's putting yourself out there. It's being willing to put yourself out there despite the possibility of rejection, of failure, and of what people are going to think about you. Isn't that amazing? It's basically saying, what if you get rejected? What if you fail? You get back up again. You learn something from it. You grow, and you get one step closer to who you're becoming. The changes that seem to get in your way, the shifts and the changes that may make you angry, frustrated, or confused, those are the experiences that are fueling you. They're building you into who you're meant to be, and they're showing you that even when you feel like you can't do it, you in fact can. They're pushing you into the rest of your life, and I believe that is the true definition of persistence. Using unexpected changes in your life to move on to greater things. So what I want you to really hear today is, don't let the difficulties be your identity, but let them help you find your identity. Because you know what? You're going to get past the unexpected and difficult moments in your life. You're going to see something beautiful on the other side, because once you tell those difficulties in your life, hey, I'm not letting you define me, then you are going to be stronger. So put yourself out there, Beach High School class of 2020. Be strong and courageous, and don't quit when things turn out differently than you expected. You may fail, you may fall on your face, you may make beautiful plans that just don't happen how you wanted them to. I think all of us can relate to that right now, huh? We have big plans for this year. Every one of us did. Big plans for our graduation, big plans for our senior year, big plans that just kind of went to the wind. But you know what? We're here. We made it to our finale. It may be a little different than we expected, but despite the obstacles, we made it. I think we can always, always be grateful for the things that challenged us if we're able to see how they've changed us for the better. So, the strong, resilient Beach High School class of 2020, as we go into the rest of our lives from today, as we go our separate ways to fulfill our dreams, I challenge us to not be afraid to fall. I challenge us to not be afraid to fail. I challenge us to be courageous in the pursuit of what we aspire and dream of. I challenge us to look at those unexpected shifts in our lives and be grateful for them. Failing is a part of us, and success is a part of us. Both need to happen for us to truly grow and develop. So let's be grateful for the changes that are making us into who we're meant to become. Remember, plans changed are just far, far better plans in the works. We've got this, guys. Even when things go unexpectedly, we're absolutely, without a doubt, going to end up exactly where we're meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. At this time, every year, we like to honor students for exceptional work over the 4 years of their stay at Beach High School. So I'm going to call out a group of students, and when I have them on stage, we have them on stage, and they're going to be up here with me. I'm going to tell you more about this group. Isaiah Levatino Alvarez, Douglas Carter Banger, Annabelle Morgan Black, Hannah Marie Brown, Faith Ann Burkhart, Ann McKay Campbell, Mia Camilla Dean, Emma Faith Dickinson, Hayden Stewart Douthit, Sarah Elizabeth Friels, Joseph Michael Goodman, Alexandra Kimberly Haynes, Atlee Glenn Henderson, Mason E. McPherson Holt, Heaven Lee Howard, Charlotte Annalise Lawson, Alexandra Louise McDaniel, Ashley Michelle Mumford, Andrew Nye, Anthony Nye, Carlos Felipe Paredes Puma, Evan Michael Pendruck, Alyssa Ann Priest, Alexis Jade Ellen Swager, Rachel Ellen Treese, Emily Jeanette Ward, Matthew Rudolph Williams, and Bobby Edward Winfrey. I'm going to give them a second to get to the stage. This group, standing on stage with me, you may not tell, but they are socially distanced, represents the students in our class, which would be the top 10%. They have a 3.9 or higher GPA. They've taken 18 or more honors and AP classes, and they have at least several of them have scored 30 or higher on the ACT. So for their accomplishments, we started doing this several years ago. This is worthy of recognition. These guys have worked their hearts out over the last 4 years, and at this time, we need to honor them with applause. Thank you, guys. Okay. That's good. You may exit the stage, whichever way you want to go. You go both ways. Thank you, guys. Beach High School has a lot of offerings. There's this next group of students I want to bring to the stage: Lexington Botts, Jayla Brown, Faith Burkhart, Casey Graham, Cecily Hart, Tavis Imson, Naomi Lopez, Alexis Massey, Kaya Potter, Deja Ruiz, Julia Spicer, and Elliot Samansky. These young ladies have taken the Certified Nursing Assistant certification. They have, she's coming. Oh, there you come. She's wearing heels. Now, sorry about that. These young ladies have taken and passed the Certified Nursing, and gentlemen, let me finish, and gentlemen, have taken and passed the Certified Nursing test, and they have worked with Miss Wheeler, Ms. Coffey, and Ms. Hudson over the last 4 years. And they can go out into the workforce today and apply for positions as certified nurse technicians. That's a great accomplishment, and we recognize this today. Thank you, guys. You can exit the stage now. You may be seated. They like the stage. You may be seated. I was getting to you. The next three I want to call up are are also members of the nursing program. Connor Landry, Faith Burkhart, Elliot Samansky. Right in the middle. Come on, Elliot. These folks are in our nursing program as well, and they have taken and passed the EKG test, which makes them employable as of today. So we'd like to recognize that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You may be seated. Giselle Andrade and Derek Steen, would you please come to the stage? They're also in our nursing education program. They're in the certified trainer portion of it. So under the tutelage of Ms. Coffey, each of these groups, and I think this is something that we need to realize, missing the last 9 weeks of school, they were working with their teachers and they took the certified test and passed with 100%. So these two took the personal trainer certification. And congratulations, guys. Thank you. Now, our nursing ed program is not the only one that has certifications that can go out into the workforce. This next group, there's 12, Robin Atkins, Brian Colon, Luke Freeman, Matthew Klein, Copeland Kruger, Carter McCandless, Jacob Miller, Hayden Sloan, Ryan Stafford, Taylor Statham, Justin West, Denzel Wilcox. Would you guys come to the stage? More guys in this bunch. They didn't want to walk up. Now, this group, they're in our business department, and they work with Ms. Hodges, Ms. Douglas, and Ms. Lassiter. And their certification, they passed all 3 tests in the Microsoft Office Specialist training to get industry certification so they can go out tomorrow and they're employable. Great job, guys. Thank you. I need Jedidah Watson and Dorothy Dishman to come to the stage, please. These 2 young ladies work with Ms. Cornell in our cosmetology department. Ms. Watson, certification in hair braiding. Ms. Dishman has completed 1,500 hours in cosmetology outside and inside the school day, and over her 4 years in cosmetology, and has set for the licensure test. Great job, ladies. We normally get to do these things during an academic ceremony, but I felt it important to recognize those who achieve academically at Beach High School. In doing so, I also need to recognize 2 young people that were awarded the BHS Class of 1995 Alumni Scholarship. The Alumni Scholarship has become probably the most distinguished scholarship that we give. It's 2 scholarships worth $5,000, and the students have to apply for this scholarship. So at this time, I would like to honor these 2 students for receiving this award, Hannah Lynn and Gavin Buren. Would you please come to the stage? These two will receive checks for $5,000 each, and it will go towards their school in the fall. Thank you, guys. This next young lady that we're going to honor, she's done something exceptional. Everybody here has their talents, but hers is avoiding sickness. Every few years someone comes along and they do something really incredible. She's done it 13 years in a row, okay? For 13 years in a row, she hasn't missed a single day of school, okay? That's worthy of an applause, yes. So Kristen Daisy Lee, come to the stage. I will be giving Kristen an award here in recognition. Kristen's demonstrated perseverance, dedication, determination, and great pride for perfect school attendance, kindergarten through 12th grade. Thank you, Kristen. Now, you may notice we changed up the order on the original pamphlet that you have, parents. So at this time, we're going to ask our class president, Ann McKay Campbell, daughter of Kurt and Emily Campbell, to come and address the class. When McKay has completed her speech, we will march over to the main sanctuary and begin the presentation of diplomas. So, McKay Campbell.
Hey guys. I'm so thankful that we're finally all together despite the circumstances that prevented us from sharing the last few months of high school together. It's so good to see all of your faces and to finally be able to celebrate the last 4 years of our lives. Before I get into what I really want to say to everyone, I want to make some acknowledgments. Thank you to Mom and Dad for exemplifying encouragement and for always cheering me on. Thank you to John and Sarah and the rest of my family for being my best cheerleaders. Thank you, Miss E, Mr. Dumas, Coach Tim, Miss Dickinson, Nurse Carrie, and Miss Hayes for truly enriching my experience at Beach. While these were not the only faculty who impacted my life, they each went above and beyond in their own special way to make me feel valued every day that I walked through the doors. On behalf of our graduating class, thank you to our administration for leading with an open mind and a helpful hand. Your work profoundly shaped our lives. No matter your role at Beach High School, whether it be janitor, teacher, coach, principal, or student, your mere presence has made a lasting impact. Thank you. Sorry. My friends know that I'm typically not a super serious person and like to keep things fun and lighthearted. But when preparing to write this speech, there were several directions I could have gone, and as much as I would have loved to talk about all the fun memories like girls running at each other with football helmets on at 7 in the morning, or waking up on cold, wet sleeping bags at 3 a.m. wondering whether or not sleeping on the field was the smartest move, the lighthearted route did not seem fully appropriate for the times, a crucial time in history. Speaking of history, I would like to draw a brief historical parallel relevant to our class of 2020. There's no question that everyone here is familiar with the Hitler regime and the Nazi Party's attempt to annihilate the Jewish race in the 1930s. But some of us might be less familiar with another attempted Jewish genocide some 2,500 years earlier in Persia. Here's a short recap. The king of Persia was in search of a queen, and out of the woodworks came a young, orphaned Jewish woman named Esther. Without revealing her heritage, she proceeded to beat out hundreds of Persian women to win the first recorded episode of The Bachelor and become the new queen of Persia. Esther's only relative, her cousin Mordecai, had raised her and become her loyal friend and mentor. He was thrilled to see Esther in a place of royalty. Now, the king's right-hand man, a Hitler-like figure named Haman, hated Mordecai and all the Jews. He plotted to trick the king into decreeing a death sentence for all Jews, not knowing, of course, that Queen Esther was a Jew. Haman's plot of annihilation became public at the king's decree. Esther wasn't just facing her own death, but the death of her entire race of people. She had been placed by God in a situation where she was fearful, in unfamiliar territory, and facing an unknown future. Earlier this year, in a small group with some friends, Hannah Brown brought this verse from Esther to my attention, in which Mordecai says to Esther, "Perhaps you were made for such a time as this." Perhaps, Esther, you were made for such a time as this. Fast forward nearly 2,500 years. Did these words resonate? Fearful, unfamiliar territory, facing an unknown future. Class of 2020, perhaps you were made for such a time as this. Esther didn't view herself as royalty, as a profound difference maker, as a leader, and certainly not the liberator for the entire Jewish race. As far as we know, she grew up in humble circumstances, in anonymity, a normal girl in a regular town, just living her life. For most of us sitting in this room, there has been nothing spectacular about the last 18 years. We, like other kids our age around the world, have grown up going to school, maybe getting a job, planning for the future based on the norms of our day, and so on. I'm confident we could all agree we did not foresee this year's events. Lindsay Lopez tweeted something a few weeks ago saying that we are truly living through a profound time in history, and that is something not many graduating classes can say. Sorry. Esther lived as queen with an overwhelming sense of uncertainty, except for one fact, that she had confidence in God's plan for her. In the same way, we can have hope and a peace in the midst of all this, knowing that our God placed us here for his purpose and for his divine plan. We can have a sense of confidence that perhaps we were made for such a time as this. When I was praying about what to communicate today, 3 things came to mind that I believe to be true with everything in me. First, God would not have placed just any class or generation for that matter in this season. He knew that we needed to be the ones to handle this time with a sense of faith and an attitude of perseverance. Secondly, we cannot waste the freedom that God has given us to be the voice of change and hope that the world needs. Perhaps one of the greatest movements in history is taking place in our country right now, and I'm sure many of you have seen that the majority of this movement is being led by teenagers and is catching the attention and the hearts of older generations and difference makers. Third and lastly, we were created for relationship. We were not intended to walk through the unknowns of life alone. When Esther was living alone at the palace, her cousin Mordecai sent words of encouragement, reminding her that she was not alone and that she was part of something much bigger than herself. She was leading a charge, but there was a nation of strength and prayer behind her. We are called to be the difference makers. Those around us cannot flourish without someone taking the risk and leading the way. My fellow classmates, we cannot sit around and wait for another class to be the difference makers when God has set it up perfectly for us to show the world what loving one another can do. He has carried us through all of this for us to understand that we are truly designed for such a time as this. Thank you.
Thank you, McKay. We have about 3 minutes for them to walk over here. All right, we've timed it. You guys have been through a lot, okay? I'm a parent. I have 2 high schoolers. I have a middle schooler. I can't wait to send them back, okay? But they're still in school. So it's a different feeling for me because your babies are going on, and they didn't have a chance to finish that last part of the race. And tonight we're here to honor them and to recognize them. And the emotion and the feeling in that room next door is incredible because it's an incredible group of students, okay? The speeches were magnificent. It sums up this class. They have worked together. They have supported each other. And the saddest part for me, and I've told people this, is for seniors, the last 9 weeks is usually the funnest, where they get to kind of take a breath and they start going to spring ball games and they set up on the hill. And I mean, they missed out on a great part. But here's what I want you to understand. You have raised magnificent kids. They have endured. They've endured a lot. They are enduring this pandemic with character, and they have been working in jobs. I've seen many of them serving. They are fighting for the right in the world. I've seen many of them in active positions wanting to lead groups and take part in something bigger than themselves. So I want to thank you for everything you've done to raise this group of students. There's they've been a part of a lot in just a short time. You know, even though they had their year stopped short, we have many clubs and organizations that were primed to compete nationally. We had more kids from DECA. We had more kids from our business, FBLA. We had more kids from HOSA. We had more kids from our cosmetology department, our Skills USA, that qualified to go to nationals, and it got cut short. Okay? But their successes will come later, okay? Because you've prepared them for that. It's been a great evening to honor this group. As they walk over, I wanted to tell you we're doing things a little bit differently this year, in case you hadn't noticed. When they are called on stage, they're going to come to the center, and then they're going to step behind me, and they're going to stand in spots behind me after they receive their diploma cover. And each group is going to stay on stage as a group, and they're going to march off stage as a group so that you can show your appreciation for them. It would be wonderful. We have 11 groups, okay? It doesn't take long to call out 11 groups of names, 275 kids. But I would ask you to do this. For this group, because they have endured so much, I would love for each of you to stay and honor each person in each group as they walk off stage. I know people have places to go and things to do, but this is different, okay? These kids deserve every moment they can get in front of you guys, and as they walk off the stage, it would be something really special to show them, and the opportunity for you as parents and parents of the community to show them how much you appreciate them. The second thing is this. When we call out their names individually, hold your applause for that group, okay? If you want to go crazy on the group, that's fine, okay? But let each person hear each name. The students and teachers throughout this time, and as I was reflecting back on this, and I have this in my notes, is they've all handled it differently. Okay? I have seen students, when I run into them, in tears and miss school. I've seen students in tears because they enjoyed the fact that they missed school. And the one thing that's constant, though, is, and she kind of hit on this in her speech, and I have it here, is I've seen the relationships flourish. I've been at school every day. Every day since they opened it up and they allowed folks to get out of the house, our parking lot has been used for social distancing functions. I've witnessed birthdays, anniversaries, and baby showers. Not for students, for other community members. Not for students, other community members. But mostly what I see is each afternoon when I would come out and get ready to leave and get in my car, I drive around the school, I would see seniors together in the backs of their cars, in circles, in U-shapes, and they were just talking, okay? They missed that relationship, and that's been through all of this, it's been crazy, the pandemic, but to see the relationship still strengthen has been a joy for me. Mm-hmm. The next thing is this. March 13th hit. and we got out for spring break. That was our last day. Who knew that? Okay. The impact it had on the teachers, the impact it had on the students, it was quite interesting to see the different reactions. The part that stood out to me the most was the teachers and the students reaching out to each other. You know, I talked about the students being in the parking lot, but we had teachers that were using this for school, for a lot of folks, Zoom. If you bought stock in Zoom, you're a millionaire now. You know, who would have known? But for them to be able to communicate back and forth and to be able to complete courses was a marked success for us, because we went from in the classroom to, oh, now we're an online school in a matter of a week or a week and a half. And that was incredible to watch that transformation, and your kids that you have raised just soaked it up. They fell right in line. You know, they were a part of it. At this time, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask my APs to take their places, and by the authority vested in me by the State Board of Education and Sumner County Board of Education, I've searched or caused to be searched the records on file for each of these seniors, whose names we shall publicly announce and certify that each of these students has met at least the minimum requirements for graduation from Beach High School as established by each of the above agencies, and is eligible to receive diploma of graduation. Let's hand out some diplomas.
Tonight, as we call our students, we want to recognize those that have met the criteria to graduate with honors. Sumner County Board of Education honors 4 tiers of student accomplishments. Highest recognition, wearing orange stoles, consist of a minimum GPA of 3.90 and a minimum of 18 honors and/or AP courses. High recognition, wearing orange cords, consists of a minimum GPA of 3.70 and a minimum of 16 honors and/or AP courses. Notable recognition, wearing gray cords, consists of a minimum GPA of 3.50 and a minimum of 14 hours, honors, and/or AP courses. Recognition, wearing white cords, consists of a minimum GPA of 3.50 and less than 14 honors and/or AP courses. Group 1. Ann McKay Campbell, Senior Class President, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Charlotte Annalise Lawson, valedictorian, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction, Tennessee Scholar. Bobby Edward Winfrey, salutatorian, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Muhammad Abdullah Akami. Vernon Marquise Allison, state honors. Isaiah Levitino Alvarez, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Giselle Andrade. Dallas Lee Andrews. Madison Samantha Archer. Robin Denise Atkins, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Sarah Samir Badi. Nicholas William Baga. Douglas Carter Bangert, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Courtney Ann Bernard, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. James Mason Bernard. Nathaniel Atwell Barner, recognition, state honors. Courtney Leanne Barrett. Noah Wayne Beard. Sydney Nicole Bell, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Lucas Timothy Bish. Annabelle Morgan Black, highest recognition, state honors. Stephen Lucas Blackmore. Reagan Tyler Boone, recognition, state honors. Lexington K. Botts. Notable recognition, state honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. And James Purnell Brinkley, Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduates of Group 1. Cassidy Jade Bren. Recognition. Hannah Marie Brown. Highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Jalen Trey Brown. State honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Jesse Aaron Brown. Kai Amir Bryant. Max Wayne Buchanan IV. Gavin Michael Buring. High recognition, state honors, state distinction. Faith Ann Burkhart. Highest recognition, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Trinity Brianna Butler. Jennifer Sky Cataret. Elder Robinson Calvillo. Cannon Galloway Campbell. Recognition, state honors. Stephen Hatton Carney. Ace Von Carroll. Elise Marietta Carter. Ryan Alexander Carter. Bailey James Cawley, state distinction. Kaylee Adriana Chalfont, recognition. Michelle Chin. Cameron Faith Cholowinski, state distinction. Joseph Zachary Clyett. Christopher Cade Collier. Victoria Taylor Collins. Brian Jesse Cologne. State honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. And Skylar Franklin Combs. And Malia Renee Conway. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduates of Group 2. Cassidy Elaine Cothran, recognition, state distinction. William Anthony Crabtree, recognition. Ethan James Craig, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Rachel Marie Creel. Adam Brian Crick, recognition, state distinction. Yuvia Guadalupe Cruz. Madison Michelle Darty. Lake William Davies. Caleb Jeremiah Davis. Lucas Cole Dean. Mia Camille Dean, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Christian Kate Desatel, recognition. Emma Faith Dickinson, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Dorothy Jean Dishman. Jackson Alexander Dolan, recognition. Hayden Stewart Douthit, highest recognition, state honors. Michelle Ann Sakura Downing, recognition. Dalton James Dewar, recognition, state honors. Davin Thomas Dewar, recognition, state honors. John Derek Dufau Segura. Bryson Thomas Duffer. Julia Claire Dyer. April Michelle Earps. Andrew David Edwards. And Caitlin Elizabeth Elliott. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduates, Group 3.
All right, our next group of graduates, Beatrice Jean-Baptiste Emerson, Taylor Ann Emerson, Brittany Alexis Estock, Taylor Ann Farmer, notable recognition and state distinction. Zayla Mae Ferguson, recognition. Ellis Alexandria Fields, with recognition. Joseph Randall Fisher. Jillian Lane Flatt. Jenna Wade Flynn. Anthony Chance Fowler. Audrey Benice Frazee. Sarah Elizabeth Frills, with highest recognition, state honors, state distinction, and Tennessee Scholar. Isaac Samuel Freedom, with recognition, state honors, and state distinction. Luke Holland Freeman, notable recognition, state honors, state distinction, TriStar Scholar, and district distinction. Dawson Ian Fuquay. Christian Garcia. Avon Dwayne Goodlow. Joseph Michael Goodman, with highest recognition and state honors. Casey Ann Graham, state distinction, Tri-State Scholar, district distinction. Allison Rose Grava, with recognition. Alexa Faith Gregory. Carter William Guthrie, with high recognition and state honors. Augusta Noel Hancock, with notable recognition, state honors, and state distinction. I present to you row 3 graduates. All right, Alexandria Kimberly Haynes, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction, and Tennessee Scholar. Austin Jordan Harrington. Aubrey Claire Hart, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, and district distinction. Cecily Morgan Hart. Logan Paul Haney. Olivia Nicole Head with recognition. Atlee Glenn Henderson, highest recognition, state honors, and state distinction. Colby Ryan Henley. Jordan Blake Henson. Amilcar Antonio Hernandez. Rodrigo Hernandez Ortez. Haley Rachel Hester with recognition. Kelly Lee Hyam. Amontre Jamari Hill. Troy Anthony Ray Hill. James Duell Holland. Mason E. McPherson Holt with recognition, state honors, and state distinction. Deshia Jorday Hoosier with recognition and state honors. Gavin Caleb House. Heaven Lee Howard, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Alexander Walker Ronick. Dakota Diane Holsey. Miranda Reese Humphrey. Benamine Sabi Ikup with recognition. Bristol Marie Emson. Travis Brooke Emson with recognition, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, and district distinction. Tori Michelle Jackson. Sunny Ann Jett. Jillian Nicole Johnson. Kaylee Alexandria Johnson with state distinction. Levi Thomas Johnson with recognition. Sydney Marie Johnson with recognition. William Reese Johnson. Mr. Rowe. All right. Oh, wow. Did I not stop?
So I don't know what her name is.
Sydney?
She's on the other hand.
All right. There's the Sydney.
That's it right there.
All right, this is Sydney Lloyd. Hey.
You got it. We're going to call you again.
All right.
Tell me name. She is Sydney Marie.
All right, continuing with Sydney Marie Johnson with recognition. William Reese Johnson. Ansley Margaret Jones. Autumn Maline Keene. Emma Jameson Kelly. Charles Philip Key with state honors. Zachary Mark Klassen with high recognition and state honors. Matthew David Klein with recognition, state distinction, TriStar Scholar, and district distinction. Aaron Joseph Klein. Joseph Albert Corin. Glenn Copeland Kruger with state honors, TriStar Scholar. Connor Francis Landry with state honors, state distinction, TriStar Scholar, and district distinction. Michaela Ellison Lizay.
That's actually the end of that row, so let's go ahead and give these 6 or 7 a hand. And we're going to try to get them because I hear rain. All right, we're going to start now. Kristen Daisy Lee. Oh my, that just makes me. Hannah Lauren Lynn, recognition, state distinction, Tennessee Scholar. Jalen Christopher Logan, state honors. Stephen Ray Long. Lindsay Ray Lopez, recognition, state distinction. Naomi Lopez Solis, notable recognition, state distinction, TriStar Scholar, district distinction. Ansley Gail Manis. Alexis Brianne Macy. John Cole Mooney, recognition. Carter Allen McCandless. Kendall Lane McCandless. Go ahead. There you go, Carter. Good brother. Kendall. Colton Alvin Wade McCrary. Louise McDaniel, notable recognition, state honors. Nathaniel Gage McFarland. Julianne Marie McGrew. Carter William McClendon, recognition, state honors, state distinction. Melody Guadalupe Medeiros. Ben Martin Medlock. Juliana Gail Meese. Sarah Jean Malang. Caden Scott Messer. Teresa Lynn Denise Miles. Jacob Cullum Miller, recognition, state distinction, TriStar Scholar, district distinction. Kenneth Allen Miller. Mason Deal Miller. And that, my friends, is the end of row 7. Okay, we have Eric Christian Mitchell, notable recognition, state honors. John David Moffett, high recognition, state distinction. Jeremiah Germain Morrow. Carly Joe Moss. Jeffter Emilio Dom Mora. Ashley Michelle Mumford, highest recognition, state distinction, Tennessee scholar. Anthony Jace Merle. Clayton Blake Nagel. Kayla Ray Neal, state honors, state distinction. Andrew Nye, highest recognitions, state honors, state distinction. Anthony Nye, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Mackenzie Gail Nicotera. Jackson Donnelly Nixon, recognition. Trevor Marshall Oliver. Cameron Deshawn Owens. Nayeli Paez Castillo. Kennedy Ayana Page, notable recognition, state honors. Carlos Felipe Paredes, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Jayshawn Pierre Parks. Bailey Aaliyah Perry. Evan Michael Pendrock, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Riley Madison Piota. Josie Grace Plucker, recognition. And this is the end of row 8.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and do this for you.
Yeah. Next, we have Kaya Alexis Potter, notable recognition, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Reagan Abigail Powell. Alyssa Ann Priest, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Joshua David Price.
Zachary Dylan Ramsey. Destiny Renee Randolph. Connor Britt Reed. Altonia Nicole Rencher. Leslie Rios Nunez. Roxana Danae Rivas Moreno, recognition. Curtis Grayson Roberts. Mary Rose Roberts. Seth Thomas Robinson. Tristan James Robinson. Imani DeAntonise Rogers. Kellen Ann Rogers, notable recognition, state honors. Zoe Lee Rosenberg. Deja Ophelia Ruiz, state distinction, district distinction. Brandon Dylan Safranek, recognition. Kenny Charles Sampson. Andrea Luna Sanchez. Sydney Elise Sandifer, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Benjamin Michael Scalera. Brendan Joseph Segura, notable recognition, state honors, state distinction. Kendall Grace Self, state honors. Ladies and gentlemen, row 9. Victoria Grace Shelton, state distinction. Emila Jashay Schuler. Nathan William Seitz, state honors. Hayden Colby Sloan, notable recognition, state honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Alex Isaac Steele Smith, recognition, state honors. Brennan Ann Smith. Kaylin Ray Smith. Julia Ann Spicer, recognition, state distinction, Tri-State Scholar, district distinction. Ryan Thomas Stafford, Tri-Star Scholar. Taylor Augustus Statham, Tri-Star Scholar. James Benjamin Statham. Derek Andrew Steen, notable recognition, state honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Bradley Dale Stevens. Jeremy Lamont Stone. Jana Claire Swafford, notable recognition, state honors, state distinction. Alexis Jade Ellen Swagger, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Kenneth Anthony Swindell. Elliot Lynn Shemansky, high recognition, state honors, state distinction, Tri-Star Scholar, district distinction. Daniel Asher Talbot. Nathan Robert Talford. Ashley Lauren Taylor. Ian Michael Taylor. Jacob Everett Taylor. Jaden Gabrielle Teamer. Ryan Tyler Templeton. Ladies and gentlemen, row 10. Christopher Jaden Townsend. Rachel Ellen Treese, highest recognition, state honors, Tennessee Scholar. Alicia Carol Tremaine. Amber K. Trotman, notable recognition, state distinction. Cynthia Araceli Villatoro. Chelsea Nicole Waddle, state honors. Ty Alexander Walker. Emily Jeanette Ward, highest recognition, state honors, state distinction. Jadida Cherie Monet Watson, state distinction. Jarrett Wayne Webb. Joshua Nicholas Webb. Justin Taylor West. Robert Leroy Whitley. Allie Jean Whittinghill, recognition, state distinction. Denzel Lamar Wilcox, recognition, state distinction, Tri-State Scholar, district distinction. Matthew Rudolph Williams, high recognition, state honors, state distinction. Rashad LaFrance Williams. Madeline Marlowe Casey Williamson, recognition, state honors. Kiana Renee Wilson. Japeth Scott Winfrey, state honors. Lindsay J. Wise. Colin Michael Woods. Macy Reagan Woods, notable recognition, state distinction. Hien Yang, recognition. Cameron Charles Young. Ladies and gentlemen, row 11. This class has excelled in many areas, and as a reward for their academic and athletic prowess, this class has earned over $6.6 million in scholarships to date. In the rough math, it's about $24,000 per student, so that's pretty good. After the seniors make their way back over, our senior class president will pronounce our seniors as graduated and will play the alma mater. Once the graduates toss their caps, you are dismissed and you can meet your graduate outside. At this time, if you could turn your attention to the screen for one more short video.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
I now present to you your Beach High School class of 2020. You may turn your tassel from student to graduate. Congratulations. The choir is going to come up and sing the alma mater.